We're live. What's going on, D-Bags? Hope you guys are doing well. We're back here again with another episode of the Detox Podcast, episode 306 to be exact. And if you're new here, enjoy music, podcasts, comedy, hooping videos, do consider subscribing. We've got a whole bunch of that stuff going on around here. When you do subscribe, leave a like or hang out with us here in the live chat like you're going to do tonight. Helps us share conversations and laughs like this with more people. So do consider doing that. Also, we've got a whole bunch of goodies linked down below, including our sponsors, our guests info, and a bunch of my music and stuff. So check out the description as well for other goodies. Now, before we can get into today's episode and I can introduce you guys to my guest, I got to talk to you guys a little bit about vacations. It's that time of the year, baby. It's beautiful outside here in the Midwest. We only get it for like 2 months, so you got to take advantage of it. There's no better place to take advantage of it than with today's video sponsor, Alpine House 2. Alpine House 2 is a classic Swiss chalet duplex A-frame with a log cabin interior located directly across the street from the Ski Relay Resort in Iron River, Michigan. Now, we're not skiing this time of year, but you can see by what's going on next to me, we do have beautiful lakes and rivers up in Iron River, Michigan, which makes Alpine House 2 the destination for fishing, hiking, hunting, and more this time of the year. They've undergone a bunch of renovations in recent months, and you can check them out on Verbo or on what is it? Why am I Airbnb? I'm missing it. Airbnb. You can that's at Alpine House 2. If you want to check them out on Instagram, you can reach out to them directly that way and tell them that Darren, Rita, or Detox sent you, and they will hook you guys up. They're booking up quick, man. They're booking up quick, especially this time of the year. So make sure you hit up at Alpine House 2 on Instagram. That's at ALPINEHAUS2 on Instagram to stay up to date with renovations, bookings, and more. One last time, shout out to Alpine House 2 for sponsoring another episode of the show. Now, before we can get into this episode, I'd also got to talk to you guys about how we're doing this here today. When I started podcasting, I had no idea what I was doing. When I started making YouTube videos, vlogs, whatever, I had zero clue how to put together a video, what I needed to put a video together. And you know, guys like Gary Vee are coming online and telling you, you got a phone, you got everything you need, which, to be fair, is not a complete lie. But if you want to take stuff to the next level and you want to make sure you're doing it in a smart way that makes sense for your budget and for your needs specifically, then today's video sponsor, Alpine House 2, Impulse Cameras, can help you out. They're here so you can skip all the headaches and stuff that I had to do at the beginning of my creative journey so you can hit the ground running. They're located in Oak Creek, Wisconsin's Drexel Square. They have everything you can need for your creative projects, whether it's cameras, lights, microphones, gimbals, or even a space to record and make your own content. They literally have all of that. But the best part is they don't just have gear. They actually have two industry professionals that will help you figure out exactly what you need for what you're doing and that in a way that fits your budget. If you're still not convinced, they also offer super legit rental programs for students and other creators that just want to get their hands on some amazing gear without having to break the bank. So very, very helpful that way. And they're huge on community. So if you just need some help, want to reach out to them, you just have a question, they just genuinely want to make sure you get the gear that you need at a price that makes sense. So check out at impulse.mke on Instagram or impulsecameras.com to see everything that they have going on. And just because you listen to this podcast, they're going to actually be sending us a discount code in the next couple of weeks. So be on the lookout for that. It'll be in the descriptions below as we get that. Shout out to Impulse Cameras for sponsoring an episode of the show. Now, with all that good stuff out of the way, we got all the church announcements done. The bills are paid. We got to give a very, very wet detox welcome to comedian Adyn Hamann is here in the building.
Hello.
What's going on, bro?
Dude, I'm good. How are you? Thank you for having me.
I'm doing well, man. It's crazy. We were talking before we went live. I did not realize how old you were.
Oh.
How young you were.
Yeah.
You're 19.
I am 19. Just turned 19.
Wow, dude.
Yeah.
Fresh 19.
Fresh 19.
When's your birthday?
April 19.
Oh, shit. It was like really, really
Yeah.
recent.
Yeah.
That's excellent.
Yeah.
What'd you do for your 19th birthday?
I was in Minneapolis doing shows.
Really?
For comedy. Yeah.
Does that help? Do you have any jokes about your birthday then that you do on stage?
No.
You didn't even let people know.
No. It was like, since I started comedy when I was like 16, like 16-ish, 17.
Yeah.
So like my one rule was like, all right, avoid the bar and don't mention your age. So I just because like that's the one thing that could get me kicked out and prevent me from like performing. So like I never wrote a joke about like my age and being like young. And also I don't think it would like age very well. It sounds dumb, but
yeah.
but it's like I plan on doing comedy for a while. So it'd be weird if I'm like 22 and I'm still doing jokes like that I wrote when I was 17. I'm like, look at me, I'm 17. My teacher's a bitch or whatever.
Yeah,
like I was
yeah,
saying.
yeah. That's true. That's tough, man. I mean, I guess because you don't want to like put yourself in a box either right away. It's like, I'm just like the kid,
exactly,
or something. That's a fair point. But how'd the shows go for your birthday? Good.
They were super fun.
Yeah, that's excellent, man. Minneapolis is crazy good for comedy too. I've heard.
So good.
That's fucking cool, dude. Where'd you get to perform?
I performed at the Comedy Corner Underground. I was hosting a Don't Tell comedy show. It was at this bookstore, super big.
Yeah.
Crazy audience, super fun.
The Don't Tell stuff is awesome,
dude. It's insane.
Everything that they do is pretty
so cool. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Then Saturday was a show at Laugh Camp, which is a like comedy club in the back of a bar in St. Paul, and that was fun. Actually, I got a gig I'm hosting there in August, so it's gonna be cool. Yeah.
Hell yeah, man. So people in Minneapolis have to come out and see you again.
Yeah.
Or St. Paul, I guess specifically. But that's badass, dude. That's badass. Is there like I mean, you're doing comedy so young, which I respect. When you started out 16, like what was like the push to do it? Because I mean, you're this. I imagine. I mean, from what we talked about off air, which we don't have to get into all of it, but you're a super smart kid. You had great grades. Like you're like talented instrumentalist as well. What is like the reason as 16 you're like, you know what, I want to get on stage and like
this is the thing.
Yeah, start trying to make a fool of myself.
Right. I've always liked comedy. Like my dad, he's one of the biggest comedy fans I know. And I remember I was like 8 years old. He was showing me comedy. He was showing me Louis C.K. He was showing me Dave Attell.
Yeah.
Like I remember one time specifically, I was in 3rd grade, and he called me downstairs like after bed. He's like, Adyn, come down here. And, like, and he was like, it's time. And he showed me stand-up comedy.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so he was waiting. Dude.
Yeah,
he had
was
that
waiting.
Shit plotted out on his calendar. He's like, when it's the day, he's coming down.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So I've always liked it. Then a comedy club opened near my house.
Yeah.
Right around when I was turning like 16 or 17-ish. It was the Improv out in Brookfield.
Yeah.
Milwaukee Improv in Brookfield. So I started going to the open mic. Actually, I mean, I'll say this, I don't really care. But also another factor in it was when I was 16, I got arrested for a criminal trespass into dwelling, which is, I was big into urban exploring, like going into abandoned buildings.
Whoa.
So, yeah, so I got arrested. And it was fine. Everything worked out, but I just was on a 6-month probationary period where like I couldn't get in any trouble or else like the charges would come back.
Yeah.
So because of that, I just had like the 6-month period. And my dad told me, he picked me up from the police station. It was really good advice. He just said, find an outlet, like find something to get busy with.
Yeah.
So that's when I started doing comedy. I also feel like I really like dug deep into music then too. I felt like I improved a lot in those 6 months.
Wow, dude. So you were were you like one of those guys that like get into skyscrapers and like kind of like walk on like the roofs of buildings? Or,
yep.
like,
yeah. I've climbed cranes. I've climbed cell towers. Allegedly.
Allegedly. Holy shit, man. That's right, dude. You know what's crazy is I didn't know that was a thing.
Oh,
like, I had no idea that was a thing. A few years back, we were shooting a music video here in Milwaukee, and I didn't live in the city, so I like had no idea where we were going, what we were doing. And this guy that was with us was like, "Oh, I can get us in. I know a guy over at this building, like whatever." He didn't. He just was finessing stuff. We got on top of a couple parking garages. We're like getting all these sick shots. We got some great shots, man. It was awesome. I find out a week later, he was doing the same thing in Chicago the next week, and he got arrested. And I was like, fuck. And I like had his like winter gloves. There was like expensive gloves. I was like gonna give him back. I was like, I don't even know this guy.
Yeah.
And I like knew him through a friend of a friend, and I felt so bad. I have no idea where he is today. I don't know. I mean, maybe he's playing saxophone and doing comedy as well.
Yeah.
Maybe he was you. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's crazy, dude. So you were doing that. You got to see some cool stuff.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then you know, the law came in,
Yep.
and then you're like, all right, I'm gonna get right, and I'm gonna get on comedy.
Exactly.
Wow, dude.
Yeah.
Insane.
Yeah.
What's it okay? As a 16-year-old, and I don't want to stay on like the age thing of tongue. I know you don't want that age, but when you're 16 and you start doing comedy, like how does that work? Because obviously most people that are going to a comedy club are obviously like adults or 21 and up, even sometimes. Like when you go up for the first time, what did that feel like?
I'm gonna be honest. I don't remember going up for the first time.
Yeah.
I think I was just so scared because I was like also really scared of public speaking. So that's kind of why I started comedy. I'm like, all right, I'm scared of this. I think the best way to not be scared of this is to do it more. Yeah. So I'm like, what's the most public speaking I can do? And I was like, stand-up comedy. It's me versus the audience.
Yeah.
It's like one person and everybody has to listen. So I started doing that. And I'm going to be honest, like the first couple times, I just was so nervous. I don't like remember getting. I don't know if I got laughs at all. I just like went on stage, said the things that I wanted to say, like the jokes that I wrote down.
Yeah.
And I got off and left and did not talk to anybody.
Yeah. You're like, fuck this.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. I respect it though. You just you have to kind of put your head down
Yeah.
and do it. It sounded like, especially if you were afraid of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, dude.
Yeah.
Okay, so you did it at 16. That's incredible, man. And now here we are today.
Yeah.
Aside from that, I mentioned you're an instrumentalist, man.
Yeah.
You play the saxophone.
Saxophone. Yeah.
I gotta ask, what are the stereotypes? I'm not, I haven't been in band since I was like in 5th grade.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
You know, I was one of the kids. I tried it out.
Yep.
I was like, not for me.
Not. Yeah. No.
Okay. What are the stereotypes for saxophone players as you progress? Like in high school and now in college.
Yeah.
What is what are other saxophone players like? Is there something that they have in common?
I'd say the stereotype for saxophone players in high school, it's like they're the kids that they're in band, but they pretend they're too cool for it. They're like, I'm playing saxophone, but everybody else here is dumb and lame. And I don't want to be here, but I'm still gonna be here because I kind of like it. But I'm just gonna pretend like I don't.
Yeah, saxophone, like the high, like the
sorry.
upper echelon of like band. Like, is that like the cool kid of band?
Yeah, but it's you're still in band.
You're still a band kid, so you're not that cool, right?
Yeah,
like I
yeah,
get,
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
with all due respect, yeah. So okay, what does that ladder look like? So we got saxophone players.
Yeah.
Then who's underneath them?
Probably saxophone, percussion.
Oh, yeah,
Percussion's
percussion
underneath.
is cool. People
Percussion
do-
is really cool.
Yeah.
Percussion is cool. And then, that's kind of it. Saxophone.
And then
percussion.
everybody else is just kind of lame.
Everybody else is lame.
Yeah, it is so weird. Like with specifically like band instruments, like when you're not doing like specifically piano or guitar, like every other instrument, it's kind of lame as shit until you're really good at it,
Yeah.
and then everyone's like, "Dude, that's fucking sick that you're
Yeah,
good at that
yeah,
thing." Like
yeah.
somebody whips out a violin, and you're like,
Yeah.
"Holy shit,
Yeah.
bro! Like that's incredible." But like, you're in high school and somebody plays a violin, or you're in
Yeah,
college, you're like,
what
"All
are you doing?"
right,
Yeah,
whatever,
like unless
man."
you like get into the symphony, like no one cares
Yeah.
unless you get into the symphony.
Yeah, you literally have to be the best of the
Yeah,
best, or we
yeah.
don't give a shit. Yeah.
Exactly.
That is tough. That is tough. So you
Yeah.
picked a good instrument.
I
doing
did, I
saxophone.
did.
You're just the sexy sax guy without that.
Yeah.
That's excellent.
Yeah.
What like do people? So if people think, you guys are the coolest people, what's the meanest instrument, or is it saxophones too?
Oh, I'd say trumpet.
Trumpet people are
Trumpet
bitches.
people can be.
Yeah.
The stereotype is like a lead trumpet player, especially in like a jazz band or a big band, is like they kind of walk around. They're like I'm the lead trumpet. I play super high notes.
Oh,
And it's
really?
like that. Yeah, that's the thing. And obviously, it's very mild because it's such a specific type of person,
Yeah.
such a small demographic. Like
Yeah.
lead trumpet players, it's maybe like I don't know 100. No, not 100 people. Maybe like 1,000 people in the United States.
Yeah.
So it's very small, but that is a thing.
Yeah, it's like I'm picturing like the movie Whiplash right now,
Yep.
like and just kind of some of that
Yeah.
intensity. Does that go on? I mean, you play in college now. Is any of that going on, or it's not as cool?
No,
No, not as intense.
it's not. Nothing like that.
No cymbals being thrown.
No, that would be cool. I think more people would pay attention.
I think that once in a while, I
Yeah.
mean, I know that
Dude, to
the
keep
message
people
of
on
them.
their toes.
Yeah. I mean, maybe that guy is a little bit of a psycho in that movie, but it would be cool every once in a while to have a teacher that cares,
I think
right?
you need it. Yeah, I think you need it.
What
It's good
does
for the
does
soul.
playing saxophone help your comedy at all, you think?
I wouldn't necessarily say playing the saxophone itself, but like learning how to play a saxophone and like understanding the process of getting better at an instrument
Yeah.
has definitely helped me progress as a comedian. Just because as far as getting better and like understanding jazz and comedy, they're like very similar. Like how I learned music was like I studied with a teacher for a little bit, but he told me just like, all right, listen to music, listen to jazz, transcribe, and practice. Try to imitate them.
Yeah.
And like he also said, immerse yourself in it. So I started going to gigs a lot, started checking that out, started seeing live performance.
Yeah.
Then like once I started to do comedy, it's kind of the same thing. Just
Try
like,
to apply the same formula.
exactly. So just go to a lot of live shows, check out a lot of comedy albums, and
Yeah.
find someone that you really like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
In that way, of course, it's transferable. I mean, it's like, I think there's a old quote that's like, once you see the world one way, you see the world always, or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like once you figure something out, like
Yeah.
the process, even though it's gonna be different specific things, it's like it's the same way. That's how you get better at
Yeah,
something.
right.
That makes sense, dude.
Yeah.
We got percussion were always the lazy ones, is what I've gotten.
That is true.
Here.
That is another thing.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. My brother played percussion for
Okay.
a long time. He was very lazy with it. Dude.
Yeah.
I'd be like, "What instrument are you playing in this thing?" Like we'd be going to see him perform or something.
He's like, I don't know the wind chime.
He's like, I've got like he has like a mallet that he has to hit one time for like this big cymbal, and then he's like going down the other end, and like they have him like I don't even know. Every once in a while he get to like hit a xylophone or something cool, but like he'll pick up cymbals and just one time, set them down, do something. I'm like, this guy's just goofing around. He's literally just doing whatever he wants. Sometimes he wasn't even on the stage. And I'm like, so yeah, I could agree with that. I feel like the percussion people are a little lazy.
Yeah, that can happen.
What's something people don't know if they haven't? You've been playing sax for how many years now?
5 or 6.
5 years. Okay, somebody's been playing sax like 5-6 years. What's something that a misconception that people have about it, or something that they wouldn't maybe think of when that goes into learning this instrument specifically?
Yeah. I don't know. Practicing saxophone is a lot different than like performing. I'd say that's like a big thing that I've noticed is like practicing to like play songs. It's like not flashy at all. It's like super slow. It's like boring and like step by step methodical. And it takes time. I guess that's the other thing. Like it takes time, and like no one's really made it at all.
Yeah.
Like saxophone. I was like people spend their entire lives just learning the instrument. And
what sucks about playing sax? What's something that like is an annoyance, like a regular annoyance for you? Again, I didn't play instruments very long, but I played the clarinet a little bit.
Yeah.
The reed breaking all the time.
Reed breaking, that's the thing. And playing in tune. That is a big thing. Playing in tune, because that can be hard because like the pitch of the saxophone, it gets different like just based off of the season. So like if it's warm out that day, if it's extra humid, you're probably going to be pretty sharp, so you have to adjust to that. And if it's winter and your saxophone was in the car because you had class all day, then you have to go play a gig. You're gonna have to open it up, let it warm up.
Can you rub it up? Can you like stroke the saxophone to get him excited, and then he'll play better?
You can also blow air through the saxophone.
Blow the saxophone.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
What are there other like random little things? I know like I had friends that like played violin for years, and like like the resin or whatever that they have to like put on their string or their I forget what it's called, whatever the horsehair on the thing is. Yeah. I'm saying words right now. Yeah, bow. That's what it is. Bow. Okay, excellent. Yeah, they had like weird shit with that, and that would crack or it would break, or they would be out of it, and they're like asking other people for it.
Yeah.
And what are the other like things that, as a saxophone player, as opposed to maybe other instrumentalists, that you have to deal with that are unique struggles to you?
Yeah. I keep my reeds in a mason jar with water.
Whoa.
To keep them wet, and other people do this. But you have to be careful because you have to keep the reeds wet because like that's what makes them play good or play well.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to be careful because sometimes mold can grow and it gets gross. Whoa. It gets really gross.
Yeah.
But actually, I was talking to a saxophone. This was last week. I just found this out. So he soaks his reeds in water, but it's like half vodka, half water. And he said that like it disinfects it and it gives them like a perfect like mix.
Yeah.
So it's like not super dry.
You get a little buzz going while
exactly.
you're rocking it.
Exactly.
Yeah, bro. Rock on, dude. Excellent. That's that's badass. That actually makes a lot of sense. Yeah, because that would suck. Like if you were just like in a rush to get out of the house and you just had to pull out and you see a little bit of mold on it, you're like, guess I got to play this moldy ass reed today.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it would sound better though. I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah.
I don't know what you could get out of there. Diego says we got Milwaukee's prodigy in the house. Adyn. Oh, are you the prodigy? Are you the prodigy of Milwaukee?
Some people say that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
I don't know. Humble guy in here. Okay, so you're kind of, we were talking before we went live, and you're a student, obviously.
Yep.
And you're doing comedy.
Student of the game.
Student of the game, but you're also doing like you're playing saxophone and doing that for gigs too, and same with comedy.
Yeah.
What did you, before we went live, what did you call somebody that does a lot of gigs, that plays a lot of gigs?
I forgot
a word that you came up with.
I forgot.
I
forgot.
We'll have to think about it. Speaking of gigs though, would you ever gig for like a famous musician? If they were like, hey, Adyn, I'm playing a show in Milwaukee, I want somebody to play saxophone, bring my music to life. Would you do that?
I would love to.
Would you play?
If any famous musicians are listening, yes, I'm your man. If you're in Milwaukee, give me a call.
That's amazing because Kanye West listens to this, and
really,
and he he might need one.
He might.
Have you heard any of the new Kanye West songs?
I have not, but I've heard that they're not on Spotify.
No,
Spotify is banning that.
Yeah, we regularly will read new Kanye West lyrics on the show. That's something we'll get into.
Oh, okay.
Today, there's a new one that just came out. I showed my mom this for Mother's Day.
Okay.
We spent like 40 minutes showing her this stuff yesterday. Can you pull up, look up Kanye HH lyrics. I'm sure you can guess what the HH stands for at this point, but it's
my god,
it's insane actually. Yeah, maybe or you can type out, I guess, it's Hail. You know the guy. Yeah. I just don't want to. I mean, the AI model that could be trained on my voice already has enough to make me say that.
Yeah.
There's enough info of me doing the show, but
Yeah.
I don't want to say that out loud. Unless
I want the robots to do it.
Yeah. Until maybe, I guess I'm gonna have to in a second when we get to the lyrics. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, page not found. It won't even. The lyrics won't even come up on Genius. Okay, go to the Reddit, whatever. I will figure it out. I'm sure it's somewhere. So you haven't heard any of these songs though.
No.
Hey, did you listen to Kanye before?
Yeah.
He used to have some good stuff, man. It's really sad. Every once in a while, removed my Reddit. You can't even read the lyrics.
That is crazy.
Maybe I shouldn't put this on. We're on Spotify, so this podcast could get taken down. Essentially, do we have a tweet of it or something? Oh, it's that one on the right there. Yep. Yeah, click that. Yeah, that's the lyrics. Okay, yeah, pull that up. Switch it so they can see this. Hi, lyric. Yeah, these lyrics are not AI generated. No, I don't think AI could have came up with this. Even if you trained an AI model in Nazi propaganda and Kanye West lyricism, I don't think it would come up with this.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting. It'll be tier list.
He has a way with words.
He does, and I think he's getting worse and worse every year.
I agree. Yep.
He used to be, I thought, for a while he was going to get better and better. Okay, that's about as big as we can do. Yeah, what do we got here? So he says, man, these people took my kids from me. Then they froze my bank account. I got so much anger in me, got no way to take it out. What does it say? Think I'm stuck in the Matrix.
So far, so good. He hasn't said anything.
Yeah, so
crazy.
far it's not. It's sad. His kid, they took his kids away and froze his bank account. It's not good. I can, feel bad for him.
Yeah.
Then we got, yes, I am a cuck. I like when people lick. What does that say? I like when people fuck on my bitch. All right. I mean, that's a personal sexual preference. Yeah, I can't clown that.
Yep.
Okay, what do we got next? What is it? It's so small on the screen right now. Here, can you just download it maybe? Hit right click, save image. Yeah, and then we just hit enter, and then we'll just reopen it. Just click it at the top, and then you should be able to zoom in a little bit. Scroll. Because this is rough, dude. I can't read these lyrics. Okay, here we go. This is great for everybody now. Okay, the shit I'm posting on Twitter, they telling me, yay, don't say that. N-words can't see me in public. I'm driving all chrome Maybach. With all the money and fame, I still can't get my kids back. With all the money and fame, I still don't get to see my children.
I mean, this is sad.
So far, this is sad. I mean, here the one line, the cuckeries,
Yeah.
I mean, that's a little weird.
Yeah.
But nothing too egregious yet.
Yep.
N-words see my Twitter, but they don't see how I'm feeling. So I became a Nazi. Yeah, bitch, I'm the villain. And I know I've listened to this. There is a chorus it's like a soulful all black chorus sings next. N-word, Hail Hitler. N-word, Hail Hitler. Hey, they don't understand the things I say on Twitter. N-word, Hail Hitler. Yeah.
Huh.
So that's where we're at on that. What do you think if you had to give notes, man, as someone who's studying music, you're an instrumentalist, maybe he wants to bring you on. He's like, hey, Adyn, I'm thinking about bringing a sax into the song. We maybe want to do a solo.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to know, I need to make sure that you're down with this, that you're down with what we got going on. Like, what would you give any creative notes to Kanye West on this song?
I would say make it an instrumental. No shame in an
Yeah,
instrumental.
yeah. Let's just drop the lyrics, man.
Yeah.
You keep it as a beautiful piece of just music.
Yeah.
Fair. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, chill beats for Nazis to study to. That could work, man. That could work. Yeah, it's freaking me out, man. He gets worse and worse.
Yeah.
It's insane. What's college life? Like, what's it like balancing college life with comedy right now?
Yeah. I would say sometimes it gets hectic, but just like all my life, I've been super busy, so I'm kind of used to it, and I don't like. I almost like have to be incredibly busy to feel normal. So if I'm not,
Yeah.
like I feel weird. So I'm used to just like, having class all day, and then going to a coffee shop, and then writing jokes, then doing comedy that night, and then I got a show on Wednesday, so I got to study on Tuesday because I'm going to be in Janesville on Wednesday or whatever, in Chicago then. So sometimes it can get to be too much, but I think I'm very proactive.
Yeah.
And like doing assignments on not letting like them catch up on me. Like I'm very good on staying on top of it. I think that's what's allowed me to do so many things.
Yeah, stay ahead of the curve is big, man. How do you stay ahead of the curve? It's finals week right now. You're doing a podcast, then an open mic, and then a jam session.
Yeah.
Are we good on finals? How do we feel going into finals week?
I'm good. No, I mean I go to all my classes. Like I think I maybe didn't go to 3 maybe throughout this semester. So no, I'm good. I know the course material. I just have to review it, and then
do you get test anxiety? I know a lot of people get test anxiety. Do you ever get that, or you kind of just know? For me, like I never got anxiety. I mean, I got good grades. I wasn't like a straight A student in college, but I was like all throughout high school pretty much a straight A student. Got good grades in college, and I always have the mindset of like the day a test comes, I'm the least stressed out.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because I already know what I know, and I know what I don't know.
Exactly.
So it's like I'm going in with a plan. I know which questions I'm for sure getting right.
Yeah.
I know which ones I'm maybe guessing C on.
Yeah.
You know.
Exactly.
And I'm gonna just hope that the averages work out in my favor, and I can finagle a A- or a B.
Yeah.
But I mean, I know not everybody's like that, so I don't know if you are like that or if you're more like some people get really nervous. Even.
Yeah, I would say I don't think I really stress out like when it comes to the exam, because I know like the exam isn't like the make or break point. It's not like my grade in the class is dependent on me getting whatever grade I need or getting these certain questions right. I know like going into the exam, like I stay on top of everything. So like I have all A's right now, so I know I can I have a little leeway.
You just don't even go to the exams.
Yeah,
you're good.
You're probably
yeah. Dude, that's
play basketball
crazy.
Later?
Yeah, dude. No, I literally that's crazy. Except for every once in a while, I would have a class that I was in college. I'm chemistry, bro. Fuck me up. You're going to school for you're not going to school for music specifically, right?
No.
Right. So you're going to school for something else. You're taking like gen eds and stuff still this year, right? So you still got a couple random classes that maybe you're not super passionate about.
Yeah.
Any of those give you any trouble, or you still got A's in those?
No, I still got A's in those. Some I picked the ones that I weren't like the classes that I didn't want to take that I was required to take. I tried to make them as easy and like fun as possible, like as fun as a college course can be. Oh no! What did someone say?
Oh, we got Diego was telling me to say it, and I did say it. He said, "Stop pretending you don't know the lyrics." Like, I don't memorize. No, that's hilarious.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, no, dude. I mean, that's smart though. I tried to do that same thing. I took this one class in college. It was pop culture and media. It's like I had to have a certain amount of like communications credits or whatever. And I was like, oh, that sounds fun. I'm gonna go over like pop shit, like what's going on in the world or whatever, and just kind of break it down.
Cool.
I was like, it's kind of fun, and I like that stuff.
Yeah.
And I got in there, and the teacher was, she was not a vibe, dude. She was
really
like very, I don't know, dude. Like, what I imagine like incel people think of when they like hate feminism, right?
Okay.
Like I'm like I agree with everything this chick is saying. I'm like yes, and then like at one point we had to do a presentation on it was like our 3 big presentations in the middle of the year was like fads, trends, and icons.
Yeah.
Right. So like a fad is something that's like here and gone in a year or two.
Mm-hmm.
Trend is something that like like bell-bottom jeans. It's like a few years, or skinny jeans. It's like maybe a decade or so, and then it phases out. And then it was icons, like things or people that last a
like
long
are
time.
endemic to that era.
Yeah. And somebody did like Kobe Bryant as an icon, and
was this
again,
before or after?
This is before.
Okay.
This is before. And so like they're talking about him obviously positively, like all the things he's done, and because you're talking about why like he's an icon, and at the end of the presentation, she's like, I just can't believe this. And my friend's like, and he's one of my buddies who's on the basketball team, and I'm like, looking at him, and he's like, "What's up? What's the problem?" She's like, "I can't believe you didn't mention his allegations."
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, "I don't know what that has to do with this presentation, but I mean, do you want me to say them?"
Yeah.
She's like, "Yes."
Did he
I
say
would like
them?
for you to say them. And he's like, "Well, I don't have the court document," but I was like, "I know he was allegedly accused of this,
Yeah,
right?" And
right.
she's like, "This is ridiculous." Like, she like literally, I can't remember exactly what she said next, but she just like shook her head, took the deepest breath, basically like dismissed him and gave him a C- on it. And it was a totally fine, like, this was a bullshit class that like
Yeah.
everybody got A's in, but just because he didn't.
Mention that.
Yeah, and I was
That's
like, I mean,
dang.
maybe that makes me, I don't
Dude,
know, maybe that
sucks.
makes.
Why would you teach like a pop culture class to be like mad? Like, it'd be,
Well,
dude,
So then I had to do one.
okay.
So I had to do one, and it was like
Did
I
you
was
do
doing
Kobe
like a
Bryant?
no, I was doing a LeBron James. It was like this wasn't like our big presentation. It was like a smaller project.
Yeah,
You had to like
yeah.
break down like a commercial and like something about like what it's saying or whatever.
Yeah.
And I did this commercial. It was a Beats by Dre commercial that had
Okay.
LeBron in it. And he's like working out shirtless. He's ripped and stuff. And so I knew this event had already happened with the Kobe Bryant thing. And I'm breaking down like what I think Beats is trying to say with this commercial, whatever. And like, hard work. Like LeBron he's somebody who's like stood the test of time. He's doing this.
Yeah.
Beats has stood the test of time. Da 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 da. And then I'm like, but I will say, I do think it's unfair to try to portray LeBron James's physique I feel like this could be seen as toxic masculinity because it's pushing on. But I just like totally pandered to like what
Yeah.
she would say. I'm like, this is, this could make young men that don't have the same build as LeBron
Right.
James feel insecure that they'll
Right.
never get there.
Mhm.
And she loved it, dude.
She-
She ate that shit up. My friend is sitting in the back like, what the fuck is
Yeah,
this,
what is
dude?
going? Yeah, like, I mean, like you're getting applause breaks.
Yeah, dude. She's like standing ovation, stops my presentation,
Yeah.
just stand
Yeah,
and clap
yeah.
it up.
And your friend's like, dude, pussy, what are you saying?
Yeah, dude. It was, and I don't know, but it is weird. Like, you're right. It's like, why teach that class if you're gonna
Yeah.
be on that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Have you had I mean, this is your first year of college, right?
Yep. Yeah.
So have you had any weird professors yet? I mean, obviously you're having good grades anyways, but
Yeah. I haven't had any weird professors.
that's good.
Yeah. Right now, I'm in a zoology class. I just finished it.
Whoa.
That was fun. So
Yeah.
that was a requirement, and there is a lab for it, like a lab requirement and like a natural science requirement for it. And that was fun. I didn't know what to expect, but
Yeah.
super easy. Not a lot of coursework.
Did you guys go to the zoo at all?
No, we didn't go to the zoo. I wish,
That's
but
bullshit.
it is bullshit.
Yeah, that's
I think I'm
bullshit.
gonna drop out because of that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
God damn, dude.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Zoology. Did you learn? Give us something you learned from your zoology course.
Dude, I learned that a lot of like taxidermy animals are preserved with arsenic, so you can't touch them.
Whoa.
I know,
I didn't know that.
because like during the labs, it was like in one of the science buildings, they would put out just like a platypus, and I'm like, dude, that's a taxidermy platypus. That's sick as fuck.
Yeah.
And like I was like, I wanted to like touch it just because I'm a child. I'm like, yeah, touch.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
but the TA was like, there's arsenic. You might get arsenic if you do that. Might get arsenic poisoning.
We haven't figured out a way to like seal them better.
Yeah, right.
That you could like why? That seems dangerous. Like
Yeah.
needlessly dangerous.
Yeah,
Whoa.
I know. Like I want
Okay.
to touch it. Like of course I'm gonna touch a platypus. What?
Like
like
that's something you're gonna remember forever. dude.
Yeah, yeah.
Who wouldn't want to touch Perry? Did they get
Dude.
like a hat for him at all?
I brought my own hat, but
Good.
they wouldn't let me put it on.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean that's kind of lame of them.
I also brought like blue spray paint because
Hmm.
Perry is blue.
Yeah.
In the movie. Yeah.
Yeah. Wait. What color is the actual platypus? Can we
Dude,
pull that up? I need
Yeah,
to see
yeah.
this.
He's like brown. Platypuses are brown. Sorry, platypi.
Platypi. Yeah. We
Sorry,
gotta get
my
these
bad.
fucking.
My bad.
We gotta get these lyrics off of my screen right now, dude. Holy shit. Oh yeah, it is brown.
I know.
They are pretty cute looking though.
Yeah.
Damn. So you guys had one of those, just
Yeah.
frozen in time.
Frozen in time. Yeah.
Wow.
No Dr. Doofenshmirtz around.
You know, the taxidermy thing is weird. I know people that get their own animals taxidermy. You guys don't do that, do you?
No.
No, I don't know. I
No.
feel like it's definitely some white people stuff to do that.
Most
I've
definitely.
never seen anybody of color with that in their
Yeah.
home, but it is freaky. And now that I
Yeah.
know that it's like a little bit toxic,
Yeah.
that freaks me out even more.
It's like, why are we doing this? Like, let them, just let them decompose. That's nature.
Yeah, like would you want like I feel like it would just make me sad all the time.
Yeah.
Like my animal's like just still there, but he's
But he's
completely
not.
dead,
Yeah, but they're not.
soulless,
Yeah.
and poisonous now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that, man. I
Yeah.
don't know how I feel about that. You're not dating at all, are you? Or you have time for that in this climate? I was gonna say.
No.
I feel like
Not
it's got to be
really.
hard for you to like balance that. With
Yeah.
everything you got going on.
Yeah.
Do people ever come up to you after shows,
Yeah. Oh yeah, all the time. Yeah.
hitting on you?
Yeah.
Oh
It
yeah.
happens.
What do
It
we do?
happens.
What do we do? How do you turn down the cougars? Because I'm sure they're.
It's hard because they're coming. They're very prevalent. No, no, it's not like super prevalent, but just a lot of the time, like I'm just like very upfront, like yeah, I think you're very cute and whatnot, but I'm just incredibly busy and I like these things, and this has happened before. Like I've been in relationships where I'm like, I like spending time with you, but every second I spend with you, I know I could be like doing something else, and I think I just end up like resenting the time spent
Whoa.
with that person. Like not in a bad way, but I think it's like healthy to acknowledge that just like at this point in my life, I don't think a relationship is the best move.
Yeah, dude, shit. You are really the guy from Whiplash, dude.
Oh yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah.
We gotta make sure
Oh yeah.
you and the papa are still connected. I don't want to see the same ending. You know?
Oh yeah.
You've seen the movie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah.
that shit's scary, low key.
Mhm.
When I watched that movie, I like heard about that movie,
Yeah.
and I only had seen little bits of it, and I was like, oh, it's like a movie about hard work.
Yeah.
And then I actually watched the movie, and I was like, oh no,
No.
this is a sad movie.
Yeah,
this is a sad movie
movie.
about manipulation.
Yep.
That's what it is.
Yep.
Wow, dude. Well, you gotta be careful, bro.
I do.
That sounded a little like him right there.
Yeah. No.
You don't got time. You're like, I resent the time I spent with these.
No.
women."
No. It's not. It's not like
Yeah.
that. It's just like. Yeah. That sounded like super harsh, and that's not harsh
Yeah.
at all. It's just like. I don't know. Like it's hard for me to relax sometimes. Like it's hard
Yeah.
for me just like to hang out with somebody.
Yeah,
And I was like, I should be doing something. Like I
I
don't-
get that, man.
you get that?
I
Like,
relate to that a ton.
Yeah.
It's something that I struggle with all the time. Like I don't know how. For me, in playing sports is like the only time I really got to relax. Is like where after a game or a tournament or something, you know, like you're exhausted, and then the whole team like goes out to get food or whatever. But it's like you already did the thing.
Yeah.
You already did the big thing,
Yeah.
and it's like so now I like my body and my mind would like allow myself to relax for a few hours. So it's the same thing if I like release an album. I can like one day to relax, but then after that I don't really. You know, I feel weird. I'm the same way. Like if I'm hanging out or if I'm
Yeah.
just chilling, like there is not a single day where I have nothing on the schedule.
Same here.
I don't know what to do. I
Yeah.
have no idea what I would do.
Yeah.
Which I think is probably a little bit of a sickness on my part. But, you know, hopefully you find a better way to deal with it than I
Yeah.
do. Because I'm still trying to figure it out, man.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
26. So it is wild. They surround him in packs. It's crazy. I'm hearing that. Wow, dude.
Whoa,
so
who said that?
That's Diego said that,
What?
man. We got the Cougars are coming out, dude. We got to protect this kid.
Yeah,
Protect
yeah.
this guy,
Yeah.
man. He's a good, innocent boy. He's trying to make it in comedy in Milwaukee. What okay, as a college student in Milwaukee, man, like what are some when you do? I mean, obviously you're so busy, you're doing gigs and whatnot, but you got to eat at some point. What are some favorite spots of yours to grab a bite?
Shawarma King.
Shawarma King.
Shawarma King.
I drove. That's on the east side, right?
Shawarma King, it's on Locust and River. Sorry, not Locust. It's on Center Street in River West. So there's
Oh,
Shawarma
okay, yeah.
House and there's Shawarma King.
I might be thinking of the other one.
Shawarma House, there's one on Oakland, like Oakland and Locust, right by Oakland Euros. That spot's good, but I like Shawarma King. I
Okay.
think they have the best hummus in Milwaukee.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh shit,
Yeah.
dude.
yeah,
That's big time.
it is.
I don't even know that I've. Could you explain to me shawarma real quick? Can you sell me on shawarma?
All right, you ready?
Yeah, give me the pitch, bro.
All right,
Pretend you're
so-
selling me on it.
So, it's basically like chicken breast and these massive skewers that are like, so they're seasoned and they're cooked, and then they're put on these like massive like kebabs that spin, and then like the outside gets crisp from the heat lamps, and then you kind of like shave it off and you put it in hummus and maybe put it in a wrap, add some falafel,
Whoa.
add some tzatziki. Wait, no, not tzatziki, that's Greek. Trying to think of the sauce. Tahini, there we go.
Oh, so it's
Yeah.
just like this is a dip. Like I dip the chicken in something.
Shawarma?
Yeah.
Oh, no, shawarma is like the meat itself.
Oh, okay. Is
So
the
it-
chicken?
Yeah,
And it's on a stick.
the,
or a
the thing
kebab.
on the skewer that's like shaved off, and then there's the shaved off meat. You can put that in a wrap. You can put it in hummus. You can put it in
Yeah.
everything.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's
Is
good.
it? How would you describe how would you describe? I know I'm asking like a white dude to do this right now, but how would you
Yeah, I know,
describe
yeah, I
the
don't know if
flavor of it versus like a regular barbecued chicken, grilled chicken? Let's pull up a picture of shawarma too.
Yeah, look it
Let's
up. Yeah.
get this. Making this guy work today.
Yeah.
Shawarma. Shawarma House comes up. Shawarma King. Let me just see a picture. Okay, it is like in a big
Yeah.
wrap there.
Yep. Yeah.
It does look good, and I am starving, so maybe that's. Dude, That's not
It's
healthy.
good.
So it's on a big stick like that.
Yeah, and like so then like you see the guy with a knife. He takes it and he like shaves the side, and then like it's like little chicken bits that fall down. Yeah.
Shit, dude.
Or
When
other
did
stuff.
you the first time you had shawarma? Were you one of the, I feel like your parents put you onto some good food early.
They
in
put me
life.
onto some good food. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Lots of Thai food.
Really?
I love Thai food. Yeah.
See, I respect that about
Yeah.
I'm torn on it because I respect that some parents will do that with their kids, or they're
Yeah.
like, yo, like I bartend sometimes at my Korean place, and I'll see these young kids come in with their parents, and I'm like, I didn't even know
Yeah. What
Korea was,
Yeah,
bro. I
yeah.
just I didn't know what Koreans were when I was 6. So
Yeah.
like it's crazy that they're ordering for themselves.
Yeah,
Like,
like
let me get a bibimbap. I'm like, how the fuck do you know what
Yeah.
bibimbap is, bro?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
learned what that was this year. Like so and I don't know, a part of me gets torn on it because I'm like, it's been cool as like a young adult getting to like find these things on my own and like feel like I'm figuring them out for myself, but at the same time maybe it would have been better for my palate to have tried them as a child.
Yeah.
Is there any what kind of food did your parents make or eat growing up
Lots
or take
of,
you to?
Yeah, so lots of Thai food. There's this Thai restaurant that was super good. Had a lot of that. We would go, man, where else would we go? My mom, she would make, she's big into French cooking. She'd make like beef bourguignon, like traditional French dishes, stuff like that. That was very cool. And we would also we would hang out we would go to restaurants on the south side a lot. So like a lot of like, Mexican, a lot of like, lots of Colombian foods, lots of Cuban food, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And also, I remember actually, this was one of my favorite types of food for a while was Cuban food because my grandpa lived in South Florida.
Yeah.
So there's a large Cuban population, and we'd always go to like Cuban delis. We'd get black beans and rice, plantains, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, shit. Dude.
Yeah,
Yeah, they were
yeah.
putting you onto a little bit.
Yeah,
of
dude, they
everything,
were
man.
putting me on. Yeah.
I respect that, dude. So
Yeah.
like you're fucking 19, but your palate is like in your 40s, man.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
you know shit, dude.
Yeah.
That's it. That's good. I think sometimes I get like, again, I'm torn on it. Like I don't know what I would do if I had kids, because part of me, like I didn't even know like what B-dubs was, dude, until I was later in high school.
Mhm.
I would hear people talk about B-dubs. I thought it was like a cool club that people went to. And then like one of my friends was like, hey, like I had my license. He's like, why don't we go to B-dubs today? And I was like,
Wait,
are we
I'm
going
like,
to
I'm
the
16.
club? I was
Like,
like, I'm 16.
yeah, I don't have my fake ID.
Yeah, like how are we gonna do that?
Yeah.
And he's like, no, like we're gonna get wings. And I was like, oh. And it was like so cool the first time I had B-dubs. The same thing, like Panera Bread. I remember the first time I had Panera Bread because I was like 15.
Yeah.
How the fuck did that happen? I don't know. I just feel like I don't feel like I was cheated out, dude.
Yeah.
My parents weren't taking me to Thai places.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
Sorry,
man.
but no,
I know.
sorry.
Look at your palate's light years ahead of mine now because of this. What else is happening in the world here? What's something that's been pissing you off, man, lately? What's something that's got you frustrated?
Parking tickets.
Parking tickets.
Parking tickets. I
Really?
hate them.
Do you get them a lot?
Not a lot, but I've gotten them. I mean, to be fair, it's a trade I made, so I don't pay for parking at UWM. I just like move my car around.
Yeah.
And for the entire year, I've gotten like $140 in parking tickets, which is all right because like a parking pass is like $80 a month, like at cheapest.
Jesus, yeah.
But it always sucks when you go to your car after a long day and you see that little slip of paper with red on the top and bottom.
Yeah.
You're like, I have to pay $35, which is such a petty amount.
Yeah.
$35 for a parking ticket. It's so, like, it's. If it was like I'd be happier if it was $100, because then I'm like, all right, you got me fair and square. This is a large sum of money. I won't do this again. But $35 is like just enough where I'm like, all right, this is really annoying, but I'm still not going to change how I park at all. I'm still not going to do anything about it.
Yeah, because it's not like so low. Like if it was like $5, you'd be like, fuck it.
Yeah, exactly.
Keep doing this.
Yeah.
But if it was like the fact that it's not even over 50.
Yeah.
It is hard to justify buying a pass.
Yeah.
I did the same thing when I was in high school. We had I worked out in the mornings with the football team, so I would always like park my car at like the front, and most of the time people didn't even check for parking passes, or if they did, like I would move my car before school started or whatever, and it was like I think the same thing, like $80 or $100 for the year for parking, and if you got a parking ticket, dude, it was $10.
Yeah.
So I got 3 parking tickets the whole time of my high school career, and I was like, I'm not. Like I paid $30. You guys paid $200 for the 2 years that you had a car, whatever. I'm like, I will take the $30.
Yeah,
that's way better.
Yeah.
So yeah, that does suck though. 35 every time.
It's annoying.
That is frustrating. I heard it's worse in Madison. I don't know if you have any friends in Madison.
I do have friends in Madison.
I've heard that the parking police there are insane.
I have heard that. Yeah.
Could you ever do that? You think you could ever become a a meter maid, as
I think I would kill myself before that.
Yeah.
Death before dishonor, dude.
Yeah, dude. That's such like a. The thing that sucks about that job is I feel like we would all be like, nah, I could never do it. Like I gotta, but like if you did
It's
have
shameful.
the job,
Like it's a shameful job being like a parking maid, like a meter
Yeah.
maid. Like I've seen people give tickets as the person is walking back to the car. And the
Yeah.
parking people, they walk back with their heads down. They're shameful of what they just did.
yeah,
Yeah, like they
mean,
don't
you have
want
to
to look
be.
at the person in the eye. Yeah.
you have to be a little embarrassed, man.
Yeah.
You're driving around that goofy ass little Jeep,
Yeah.
fucking the lights on it, like you pretend like you're a cop, but you're not a cop.
Yeah.
It's the same thing when you see like the security people
Oh
in
my
like
God,
a
yeah,
parking garage.
Yeah,
and
like what are you gonna do? Call the cops on me?
Yeah, dude, like
Yeah.
you're gonna call the people. Like, what the hell are we
Yeah,
doing here, bro?
yeah.
Like, I do feel like that has to suck.
Yeah.
I wonder how. Hopefully they get paid well, because I'm sure they get jumped every once in a while.
Dude, they have to. Dude, in
They
Chicago,
deserve it.
in Chicago, I remember seeing on one of the parking meters, it said like assaulting like a Department of Transportation employee or like a meter employee like is a felony and like a $13,000 fine or whatever.
Whoa, dude!
Yeah.
So that must be happening out
Yeah,
there.
it,
Yeah,
it must have happened
Wow.
many times.
it is weird. Like you see, like we're talking about the empathetic ones right now.
Yeah.
There is also those people that like they give the real hall monitor energy, right?
Yeah.
Where they were never good at anything.
Yeah.
And people probably never liked them their whole
Yep.
life.
Yep.
And then they got this job maybe by accident. However, they fell into this position, and it's the littlest amount of power, and it goes to their head.
Yeah.
And they're excited to give out those tickets.
They're excited.
Those are the ones that really suck, dude.
Those are the ones that are annoying, dude. It's a specific type of person. It's like
Yeah.
the type of person where they don't have any control in their life, so the little power they do get, they try to exercise it as much as possible because it's the only time where they feel like they are in the passenger or they're in the driver's seat of their life.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it's whack. Like I helped a friend of mine move a year or two ago, and it's like 2-hour parking on the street.
Yeah.
And it's like it's free 2-hour parking, so it's
Yeah.
like you don't pay or whatever. And we have a U-Haul and then like my car.
Yeah.
And we fucking were unloading this like right as I parked, dude. And I'm telling you, it's like I think we brought in maybe one thing, and we walk back out, and I see the parking person like drive by, and I like jokingly to my friend, I'm like, I swear to God, if this takes us like over 2 hours, and they come back here just to like write me, I'm gonna be pissed.
Yeah.
Lo and behold, bro, it takes us
Oh.
like 2 hours and 10 minutes. I come out there, the U-Haul has no ticket, just my car
Yeah.
that he saw me get out of, and I'm like, dude,
Why?
I could fucking like
Why?
that's what I'm saying. It's like
Yeah.
you see where like you saw me get out of my car, and you see me walking up to a U-Haul, like
You can't put two and two
you
together.
can't. We're just moving. We're gonna be gone.
Yeah.
2 hours and 10 minutes, man. I mean, shit.
And it's not like, was it in like a busy city or whatever, like a busy area?
No, dude, it's
Yeah,
not even
exactly,
a busy
yeah.
side of town. It's
Yeah.
a fucking small like it's
There
in
probably
Milwaukee,
were
but it's like-
spots open.
yeah,
Yeah.
plenty of spots open. That's what
Yeah.
pissed me off.
Yeah.
And then there's a car. My friend that lives over there said that like there's been somebody parked outside, like on the street for like 3 weeks. Has no tickets, bro.
Yeah,
Has not been
yeah.
told. It's missing a wheel.
Yeah.
The car is missing a wheel, so it can't
A
move.
window is broken.
Yeah, it's like, and this person doesn't get a ticket. It just makes no sense. There's no
Yeah.
consistency, bro. It's
Yeah.
like NBA officiating.
Yeah.
You know, they don't call it. They call a foul on one side, ticky tacky. You go on the other side, they're letting them play.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, I don't care which way you want to do it, but be consistent.
Yeah.
Be consistent, man. Same thing with the parking tickets. Yeah, I just think I think we gotta go away with that. Why can't could you imagine if like a billionaire or even like a company
Yeah.
that just like wanted to like up their like standing with the public was like, you know what? Free parking in the city of Milwaukee. We'll
Yeah.
just cover it.
Yeah.
We'll pay it. Whatever the city makes a year, we'll match it and we'll up it point whatever percent.
Yeah,
So
right.
with inflation,
Yeah.
we'll pay it this year. Everyone park for free.
Yeah.
Could you imagine, dude?
Dude, they could win. They
They could do whatever. They could
do
be.
whatever. Dude,
They could
yeah.
have child slave labor in the
Yeah.
back, and I would be like, "Yo,
Yeah, but like as long as they don't have to plug the meter, like
yeah,
I'm
dude.
good. Yeah.
I don't have to explain to my mom when she comes to visit. They're like, "Oh, you got to get the app. And
Yeah,
we
you
gotta
have to
do
get
this.
the app.
We
And
gotta
you
have time.
have to put in the time. You have to put in your license plate. You have to say you're from Wisconsin, or
Yeah.
you have to make a note if it's from Illinois.
We could bring the Temu factories here, bro.
Yeah.
If they said we're gonna sponsor.
Yeah, dude. If I could park overnight near
Yeah.
in River, no, you can park overnight in River Rapids, but if I could park overnight on the east side, I don't care what they do.
Yeah, dude. They
Yeah.
can get away with anything.
Yeah.
Just cover that.
Yeah.
That's what I don't understand. Like, we're all up and rightfully so, right? We're all like kind of at these like billionaires' throats right now. Like, there's like a
Yeah.
lot of public push on like
Yeah.
billionaires, these billionaire corporations, and rightfully so. Like, they're fucking us, man.
Yeah.
But like, I just think it's so dumb that they're just like fighting back when they could really just trick us by doing one nice thing.
Yeah.
we'd all be like, shit, man. Like,
Yeah.
I know they own everything, but like, hey, at least we don't gotta pay for parking for a year. Like,
Yeah.
that's pretty nice. Like,
Yeah.
that could go a long way. So Bezos, you're listening.
Yeah.
The Baird Center, I know they're, you know,
Please
those guys.
pay my parking tickets.
That would be cool, dude.
That would be very cool.
Dude, what happens if you don't pay them at Milwaukee? Do they send it to collections?
I'm not sure. I always pay them on time.
Fair.
I think it's stuff to do with like registering your car. Like you can't do it the next year if you don't like pay your outstanding balances. I think that's how they get you.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. Yeah, that's something my mom was getting mad at my sister yesterday we were talking about, because I kind of gave this advice, and maybe it's not the best advice, but if you get medical bills in the mail, right, and they try to charge you extra, like let's say you went to the ER, or maybe not even the ER, maybe just like the walk-in or whatever, and you know your insurance is supposed to cover it, or most of it, like, you know, you're probably gonna get a bill for like $200 or something.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever, but then you do get that bill like 4 months later and it's like $2,000. You're like, what?
Yeah.
And they just like added all these extra costs. I told my sister, I was like, don't pay it.
Yeah.
Don't pay it. I was like, here's what's gonna happen. A couple months from now, they're gonna send that shit to collections. It's no longer real.
Yeah.
Especially with medical debt.
What is collections?
So like, it's a third party that will, let's
Okay.
say you owe the hospital, you owe Aurora $2,000.
Yeah.
Aurora knows at a certain point, after a certain date, they're like, okay, the chances of you ever paying that back dropped so low
Yeah.
that they're like, okay, they're probably not gonna pay it back. So what I'll do is I'll sell this debt to this debt collector so you owed 2,000, they'll probably sell to them for 1,500,
Okay.
and then they're gonna try to get the 2,000 out of you.
Okay, and then they make the profit.
They make the
on-
$500.
They make the 500. Okay.
But once, especially if that debt is transferred without your knowledge, I believe there's like a legal loophole that you no longer legally have to pay that anymore.
Really?
Yeah. So what they try to get you though is on intimidation, or like they serve you papers, or like they
Yeah.
try to call you a bunch, and if they get you, they're like, "Oh, is this Adyn?" And you're like, "Yes, Adyn." Well, consider yourself, sir. Like you owe blank, blank, blank. Da, da, da,
I
da.
think that's so funny. That like, consider yourself served. Like it's like an MTV show in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
Like you got served. You're in medical debt.
Dude, I literally had this happen with like physical therapy years ago.
Okay.
Literally, so I went to physical therapy. It was fully covered by insurance.
Yeah.
I'm like, "Are you sure?" And they're like, "Yeah." And they had me sign, like I signed a fucking contract with them for like this 3-month thing. It was $0.
Yep.
Completely zero. The insurance covered everything. And I was like, hell yeah, let's do it. So
Yeah.
we did 3 months. Finished my 3 months. It's like 6 months later, I get a letter in the mail from them, from that company, saying like, hey, you owe $800, because I was on my mom's insurance at the time.
Yeah.
And they were like, your mom switched insurances, so by the time we billed you, it actually, you know, you're on a different insurance, so
You're like,
that doesn't
no.
cover it. I'm like,
Yeah.
well, I don't give a fuck. We signed a contract.
Yeah.
That's the insurance I was under during that time. So
Yeah.
it's not my fault you waited 6 months to bill me.
Right,
You should
right.
have billed my insurance then. And so
Yeah.
I was like, no, I'm not paying it. And so we went back and forth a couple times, and then they just were spamming me, so I stopped answering.
Yeah.
They sent it to collections. Collections was spamming me for like 2 years, dude. 2 years. I was getting fucking robocalls, whatever. One time I accidentally answered it. I get on the phone with the lady, and she's like, you owe blank blank because of this ATI physical therapy shit. I'm like, oh, that's really interesting. I'm like, can you stay on the phone for a second? She's like, sure. So I go to ATI. Oh, maybe I shouldn't be listening, saying this right now. I go to the therapy.
and unspecified.
I go to the therapy thing. I type it out.
Yeah.
I log in, and I look up my balance. Guess what my balance is?
$0.
$0.
Yeah.
Because they sold the debt. I'm like, that's crazy, because I literally can't. I was like, hey, Jessica, I want to pay the debt right now. I literally can't pay the debt.
Yeah. I
It's
can't
not here.
because it doesn't
So, oh,
exist.
well, you can pay it at this debt. I'm like, no, I don't
She's
owe
like,
you.
shut
I don't owe
up,
you money. I owe them
nerd.
money is what you're saying.
Yeah.
So why can't I pay that?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, no, I don't owe them money anymore because you bought my debt.
Yeah. Dude, it's crazy that medical institutions have like the same payment system as like 50s mobsters. You know?
yeah,
You know?
dude, for real. Yeah. Like they're just like, we'll send somebody to go get
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Like
We'll
I got
send
a guy.
Rocky Balboa to
Yeah.
go beat you up. Dude.
Yeah.
What are we doing, man?
Yeah.
It's just, it's goofy. That's how you know this shit's overcharged. It's
Yeah.
overpriced.
Yeah.
And the thing is, they're cool. They make so much money that they're
Yeah.
cool taking the loss on that
Yeah.
stuff because they can claim it as a loss.
Yeah.
They're like, we're going to be so far in the green, like, we need more people to not pay their bills.
Right.
So, I don't know, man. That's maybe my toxic advice for young
don't
people
pay
is, like,
medical
don't
bills.
pay your
Yeah.
if they fuck you. Also, you can ask for an itemized receipt, and sometimes that immediately drops the price.
Really? Okay.
It's like a weird, I don't know. It doesn't always happen. Some places are much more transparent with their
Yeah.
pricing. But sometimes you'll go and, like, if you're getting checkups or maybe you had something wrong with your leg or something, an injury or whatever, and you go into like a walk-in clinic or urgent care or whatever, you'll be leaving and they'll be like, oh, it's going to be $1,200 for the visit today. And you're like, holy shit. And you're like, insurance will cover $300 and the rest is going to be on you. And you'd be like, okay, can I see an itemized receipt for like exactly why it's this much? and then
Does it
basically
drop?
they'll like call somebody over and they'll be like, oh yeah, give me a minute. They'll go into a different room. They'll come back and be like, actually, there was a miss up. It's only $900, and you're like, how did we lose $300?
Yeah. That's crazy. Like, yeah, there's just $300 of fluff that you could like accidentally charge people. Yeah,
it's like that's real interesting.
you're like I'm calling your bluff. This
Yeah.
is
But why is it like that? Why is it like a car salesman?
I know,
I'm doing that. Like I'm sick, man, or like I hurt my leg. Why am I doing this?
Yeah.
I don't know. We're fucked. This country's fucked.
Yeah.
What are you seeing, man? What are you seeing on the college side of things? You're a few years younger than me, man. What are the things that have you nervous about the future? That have you like this medical debt shit that I'm ranting about, or
I mean, I would say college debt and all of that, but I'm going to graduate debt free, so I cannot relate to that.
I respect that.
Yeah.
Is that do you flex that on your other classmates ever?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes, yeah. I don't like to, but like sometimes if it comes up in conversation, I'll mention. Like I never be like, yeah, I'm going to graduate debt free. You fucking nerds that are paying. No, I'll never like flex it at all. But sometimes it is fun to bring it up because I'm like, yeah, like I feel like I have a more carefree attitude compared to other people who are like paying a lot of money to attend the university. And maybe I shouldn't talk like this. Maybe the university is watching this and they're gonna take it away after. Yeah, like this kid's not taking it seriously.
Dude, you're playing with house money, man. That's awesome. That's what I got paid to go to school the first couple of years. Like I profited money to go to school the first couple of years. And I graduated debt free as well. Like that was something that I was like. It is a different mindset. You have, and I feel bad. I used to like see my friends, or I remember I had this one of my chemistry lab partners in 1 year in college. She was doing a surrogacy, pregnancy.
Okay, yeah.
That's the word, right?
Surrogate.
Surrogate.
Yeah,
sorry,
yeah.
surrogacy. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm combining them.
that's the
Surrogate
word.
pregnancy.
Okay.
For somebody to be able to pay for school, it was like she was getting paid like $80,000, I think, or $90,000 to do this. It's cost a lot of money to have someone else have your kid, I guess.
Yeah.
And she came from not a lot of money, so she was like, "Yeah, I guess I'll do it."
$80,000. Wait, where did she go to school? Because that's like.
Oh, she was making where we went to a small school, so she was profiting big time.
Yeah. Okay.
She was profiting big time.
Yeah,
so.
that's like tuition, like, and then $80,000. I mean, I don't know how much it was.
Yeah,
back
dude.
then,
Our tuition was like, bro, $5,000 a year.
Yeah,
dude. We were at a very small school, so she made a lot of money.
Shit.
Dude. But I mean, still, you're putting your body through some crazy shit.
Oh yeah.
So I'm not. I wouldn't want that either. But like, it is just crazy. Like there was no way she could have gone to school, and then she decided to do this, and she was gonna be like super in the green. But still, like the fact that she was like struggling so hard on these classes, and like I didn't really give a shit about chemistry because I was a business, like business or whatever. I'm like, I don't really care about this class. I just gotta barely pass it. And she was just like grinding, like, no, I have to do this. Like I'm putting my body through this just so I could afford to be here. And I was like, yeah. I respect that.
Yeah,
I respect
that is insane.
People,
that is really cool.
Some people can do that. So you don't have to deal with the student loans and whatnot. Do your friends that your age that are any of them doing comedy too, or anybody in college, or they think it's weird at all that you do comedy, or are they like pretty supportive?
No, they're pretty supportive. Some I would say at least like my high school friends, some of them they seem to be very lost and they don't really know like what they're doing in life, and sometimes I've noticed like they make fun of a lot of stuff, like, and they're very not sincere about things. So like there was a period of time where like, cause like I post clips online, like the first, like I see like old friends from high school, and like the first thing they say to me is just like one of my jokes in like a dumb voice. I'm like, oh, like doing an imitation. I'm like, all right, you don't get it. Have fun with your journalism degree, whatever you're doing. Just because you don't know what else you would be doing with your time. But no, other than that, they've been very supportive. They've been very cool. Yeah.
That's good. And it's good to just kind of brush that stuff off. 'Cause that's all it is, dude. I've had plenty of people do that in the past too, where it's like, you're first starting out making some music, podcasts, whatever. People, whenever I would go back home, then it was like, oh, detox.
Yeah,
bro.
exactly.
That's the voice it is.
Yeah.
Right? It's like, oh, what up, detox? And you're like, dude, I will slit your throat right now. Like, I don't really give a shit about the show right now. I'll strangle you with a microphone cord. Like, how about we do that? You know?
Like, shut up.
It's like, what are you getting out of that?
Yeah.
What do you get
but
out
like,
of it?
you know what I mean? Where it's like, and it's also the people that doing it. They don't have a lot going on in their life. I feel like I've noticed that it's like people who don't necessarily have like a goal or something they want to do, they just like make fun of other things, because I think it's so much easier to make fun of things than to like say you genuinely enjoy doing something, say you're passionate about something. It's easy to like poke fun at stuff than it is to be sincere. We were talking about this a few weeks back. I'm trying to think who was on, but we were talking about how like the cringe culture thing has kind of, it swung pretty like there was
there was plenty of things that maybe we weren't making fun of and weren't cringing at that maybe deserved to be like made fun of a little bit,
100%.
like poked fun at. And then it swung so far where it was like, you just can't even live without
people
being
are too
cringed
scared
at.
to like do anything without like.
Yeah, like you guys just live these like boring ass life. Y'all have the same haircut. Y'all wear the same clothes. Have the same jobs. I mean, you date the same guy. Whatever. Like it was just like. It was all like everybody was just like, oh, we have to have no personality. That's the only way to not get cringed at or made fun of. It's like, dude, I would rather get made fun
bland.
of.
Yeah.
And like do something I like.
Yeah, it's either to have nothing of substance, like no defining traits, no beliefs at all, or get made fun of a little bit. Yeah.
And it's fun to get made fun of sometimes, man. Like it's funny to laugh at yourself.
Yeah.
So it's like I would rather have a million character flaws that people are pointing out at and looking at me like, look at how dumb this guy is, than have nothing and just be this boring shell of a human being that's like, I don't know, accidentally gets my girlfriend pregnant and then like, or not even, it's usually like a hookup in the small town and then they're like, oh shit, I guess we're getting married now.
Yeah.
That's how it is. I'm from like small town, rural Wisconsin. So. Yeah. But yeah, that is how it'd be. Okay, we talked a lot about what have we not gotten to today? I don't want to take up your whole night, but we're getting close to that time.
Okay.
What have we not gotten to that we need to get to?
Talked about school, music, comedy. I don't know. I guess we haven't talked about stuff outside of music. What do you do outside of like music? Actually, I don't know. I'm asking the question.
Oh man, you can ask questions. Yeah, that's totally fine, dude. I don't right now. Not a lot. I'm in a rec league soccer thing.
Cool. That's cool.
I also like host like a basketball rec thing. But I'm pretty ass at soccer. I played basketball in college, not soccer, so I'm not very good at that. But it's fun. You get in a lot of fights with people when you're not. If you're like I'm athletic enough to be competent at a sport that it's not my sport, but I'm not good at the sport. So really all I can do is just have like high effort. And a lot of guys that are good at the sport don't like that, like they should be able to get past you and they can't. And so then they get really mad. And I got some guy to get a yellow card this past week.
Really?
Yeah,
Nice.
I was proud of that.
Nice.
They call me the Draymond Green of my team.
Nice.
So that's what I do.
Oh man, it wasn't a volleyball league, but it's just like over the summer I was at like this camp and we were playing volleyball.
Yeah.
Like after like just when we had free time, and this one kid, he was super competitive, super unathletic, most like unathletic person. He would get mad.
That's a tough combo to have.
I know it is. It's crazy combination to have.
Yeah.
And we called him the Draymond Green of church volleyball.
There we go.
Yeah.
I'm in good company, I guess. That's awesome.
So yeah, I get it.
Yeah, dude. I don't know. I'm a competitive person for sure.
Yeah,
so I like to win and I can help the team, but I'm just not good at like I joke with my friends all the time, like if you guys could just teach me how to do whatever the equivalent of a crossover is in soccer, like I could probably be a great asset to this team. Yeah. But like other than that, all I can do is play good defense.
Like if you could teach me how to meg somebody, I'm good.
Yeah, just give me one thing, man. One move and I'd be there.
To piss people off.
Yeah, dude. I don't know. That's pretty much it, dude. I don't really. I just work out a ton and then.
Oh, nice. What do you do? Like lift, run?
All of it. I mean, I train mostly for basketball, so like that I can just be better at basketball. So I do a lot of like plyo and a lot of like heavy lifting.
Nice.
But yeah, what about you? Into fitness at all?
Yeah.
What do you do?
When I get the chance, I used to like be very active. Like I did swim in high school a lot. Like I was on club swim team.
Okay.
So I did that. But now I just like do it to stay like healthy and like capable. Like my thing is like, I was like when I was like 15, I was big into like bodybuilding, just like lifting weights and eating as much as possible.
Yeah.
And I don't like that because it seemed like counterintuitive. Like I started to realize to like exercise to like break your body down. Like I would be like sore, like my not the good sore, but like when you're like, oh, my knee hurts, this isn't good. I felt like, why am I exercising to like break my body down? I should like be doing the opposite.
Sure. Yeah.
So I stopped doing that, but now I probably just like lift twice a week, maybe 3 times a week, and go on runs occasionally.
Yeah, dude. Running is that's one of my favorite things as a creative to do.
It's so good. Like, do you listen to music?
Sometimes, yeah. I try to. Most of the time, I listen to music when I run. Sometimes I'll listen to like instrumentals if I'm like writing to stuff, or sometimes every once in a while I try to like make it a point to like no music. Let me just run and be here.
I never listen to music when I run. That's like my one rule, just because I like this. I like just like being able to think. It's so nice. It's such like a such like a cool meditative state. Like when you're in the flow, you're just like, you know, not going super fast, you're not breathing super heavy.
Yeah.
But you still have a little bit of that, and you're just like, your mind is wandering.
Yeah, it is weird. Like, it's sort of ideas, at least for me, like, when I'm like a little bit exhausted, ideas just flow a little bit easier. I think like maybe it's probably, I don't drink or smoke or any of that stuff, so I imagine it's probably like the same effect as when people's like inhibitions kind of drop down. You know, some people like to like create things when they're high, or they're better on stage if they have a drink or something. Like I imagine it's like that, but for me it's like if I'm just a little bit exhausted, it's sort of that like goofiness at the end of a sleepover when you have your eyes closed and like it's all dark and you guys are just like asking each other like the dumbest would you rathers, you know, that's like I get in like that state, whether it's, you know, comedy shit, like I'm thinking about the podcast or I'm thinking about stuff for music, like, it just like flows to you.
Things just start flowing.
So I can't recommend running enough for anybody that's like trying to create things. Okay, aside from running though, man, you brought the sax today.
Oh yeah.
Can you show us a little sax?
Yeah, for
a little
sure.
saxophone today.
I would love to.
What's something that like is it cringy to bring it out at a party? Would people like, or have you ever done it?
Have I brought it out at a party?
Yeah, have you ever popped it out at a party? You know, like guys will bring the acoustic guitar out.
Yeah, I've never popped it out at a party. I think that would be insufferable.
Yeah, I think so. But it could be cool though if you did the sexy sax man thing, maybe.
Maybe.
I don't know. Maybe that's too dated at this point.
Dude, I had I think I was 16 maybe. I still have it, but I bought one of like the Borat banana hammocks, like the green V.
Yeah.
Yeah, and dude, I would play a saxophone in that. That was really funny. That was really funny.
That's badass.
I also had a Borat wig.
Really? Okay,
yeah.
you were rocking the whole thing.
Yeah,
dude. You like Borat then?
Borat's very funny.
Have you seen any of his other movies?
No, I need to.
Dude, you gotta watch. The
Ali
Dictator
G.
is one of my favorite movies.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite movies with him. Okay, so we got the sax though. You gotta give us the breakdown here. Show us what we're working with. This is. Oh, it's beautiful, man.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. Whoa, he's got pieces. How many pieces is a sax for us non-sax players?
You have the mouthpiece. You have the ligature, which is what holds on the reed.
Yeah.
You have the neck. Sorry, I'm talking to the microphone. Yeah. So you have the neck. This is what connects to the saxophone. You put the mouthpiece on there. And then you have this. This is the saxophone.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is this your own saxophone or is this the university's?
Yep.
Or whatever?
Yeah, I bought this one. This one's mine.
Excellent. It's got like a cool like engraving.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Selmer. This is a Selmer Mark 6, 1963. Very good.
Is it made in 1963?
Yeah.
Holy shit, dude. Holy shit, it's almost 100 years old. That's crazy.
Yeah. 100, wait.
Oh, well, I guess 80 years old or 60 years old right now. Insane. Mm-hmm. Wow, okay.
Yeah.
How? So this neck part's going to go on top, then the reed's going to go on top of that? Yeah. Dude, that's a beautiful piece of, it's not brass. Well, it is brass, but it's not a brass.
Yeah, it's not a brass instrument.
But it's made of brass. Let's go. We might. Okay, what's something that? Look, is this your mason jar here?
Yeah, this is the mason jar.
Mason jar of reeds.
Gross.
Let's see that.
It's gross. I know. I should put vodka. I should put vodka in it to disinfect
it.
I clean out the water like every couple days.
Fair.
And I keep it in the glove because sometimes it leaks.
Yeah, fair. Wow, dude.
Yeah.
How many reeds are you usually rocking? How many you keep in there?
I have like a cycle, like 5 or so.
Wow. Do you have to buy reeds often?
No.
Or no, because you keep them pretty good?
I take good care of them.
What's the lifespan on a reed that you take good care of? It's still got to have a lifespan, I imagine.
Oh, yeah. I guess 3 months to a year, depending on how much you use it. And it also depends on how much you're playing on it. And also, some reeds are better for different gigs. Like some reeds that are softer can give you more of a shrill sound. So if you're playing at a bar and you need to cut through to be heard, you might play with that. But if you're doing like a wedding gig or like a cocktail hour where like the objective is to not be noticed, you might play like a little heavier of a reed so your sound is more like sorry.
No, you're good.
So your sound is more like how do I describe, just like more, I guess, airy and not as bright, more dark.
Wow, dude, I had no idea, man. I just broke a reed every other week when I was playing clarinet in like 5th grade. So that's wow, dude. Holy shit.
Yeah.
It's massive. I haven't seen a saxophone in a while in person. I forget how big it is. It's a big instrument.
Yeah.
Okay, what's something that you what's something that you like that you play at home then, or if somebody, do you have like a riff or a tune, like you know how they make fun of guys that go to like Guitar Center and they always play the same riff on every guitar?
Not Seven Steps to Heaven. That's a jazz song. Stairway to Heaven.
Stairway to Heaven?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I can't play it on this. I just know like that's the forbidden riff.
Oh yeah.
At Guitar Center.
Yeah. What's your riff that if you were gonna walk into Guitar Center and you were gonna check out a saxophone if they had one? Give me something.
Yeah. Okay. Wait.
Here, we'll set this up so that it's picking you up a little bit.
Yeah. Am I still in frame? All right. Oh man, it's been a while since since I've done this one, but this is kind of the timeless one.
All right.
No, that's not it.
You're right
There we go.
Dude,
That's
there you go. Yeah,
that's one of them. Yeah,
that's
yeah.
money, man. Hey, we gotta give him the first person to play the sax on the show.
Yeah.
What there it is on the playback on the TV. That's the TV out there.
Oh, that sounds bad.
No, what dude, that's crazy, dude. So you've been playing for how many years now? You said five and a half ish.
6. Wait,
almost 6.
6 now. 6.
Oh,
yeah.
6. Okay.
6.
Excellent, man. Let me swap this back so we got you in frame here.
Yeah.
What okay, what else do I need to know about the saxophone here? What else do I need to know, or what's something that's like recognizable that you could pump out for, or something you feel inspired to pump out for us today?
Oh, like a song or something?
Yeah, something, anything, whatever.
Ooh. Yeah, this is
I'm putting you on the spot too.
No,
totally.
you're good. You're good. You like ballads? This is a song that I've been learning, working on. It's very common. It's a very common jazz standard. It's called "In a Sentimental Mood."
In a Sentimental Mood.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a very beautiful AABA, but yeah, this is cool if I play the A section of it.
Give us something, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want some shades, maybe?
Oh yeah.
I think this would help
Yeah.
with the effect here. This would be sick. You have your shades in here? I was gonna say I was gonna put your shades on too. No, that's good. He's got shades. That's good. Look at this, dude. This is. Oh yeah, give me some shades too, so I can be in the spirit. Mine aren't as jazzy as those, but
no, those are cool.
This is
cool.
sick, dude. That is a vibe, man. This should be your like profile picture.
I know.
Here.
Yeah.
I rock with this.
Cool.
Okay, let's hear it. What is it? This is
In a Sentimental Mood.
In a Sentimental Mood.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Just the A side.
Let's go, bro. So who's usually playing? Is that like just you, a just saxophone piece, or is who's playing with you typically in a something like
this
that?
would be that song that would be typical for like a jazz duo, trio, or quartet. So it'd be either a vocalist, because there are lyrics to the song.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people have sang it. Ella Fitzgerald, Sarah Vaughan, they've done recordings of it. And so you either have like a saxophone or a trumpet or a vocalist like playing the melody, or a piano, and then you would normally have a rhythm section, which is a chordal instrument, so piano or guitar, and then a bass player, and then drums. But drums aren't necessary. Obviously they bring up the vibe, but
yeah.
You can play trio without them. Yeah.
Wow, dude.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, dude, that's so that's what you're working on right now.
Yeah, I'm working on that. Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah,
So, wow, dude.
Yeah.
That's legit. I'm feeling jazzier already.
Yeah,
dude. We're gonna have to get you at the top of the. You've been to Club Blue at all? The Pfister
dude,
Hotel?
I've played there. Well, I've
really?
sat in. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I love that spot.
Dude,
they got good
awesome.
jazz.
Yeah.
That's excellent, man.
Yeah.
Look at we got Diego in the chat. He was telling us to play. What did he say? Play Sham Time, or In a Sentimental Mood, and that's what we. Yeah,
really? Dude, that's awesome. Yeah.
What's Sham Time?
Dude, that's a song. It's by Eddie Harris. He's a great saxophone player. He's from Chicago, and that's more upbeat. That's more fast. That's more fun. Actually, dude, I'll play it.
Yeah, let's hit it, bro. Look at this, dude. We're getting a
Yeah,
free
yeah.
jazz concert.
Yeah.
My neighbors are gonna be like, "What the fuck is going on in there?" And I'm blessing. You're blessing their eardrums right now. Is what it is. Let's get it. This is sham time.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy, dude. You said that one was fun. That one, I didn't expect it to be that. That is insane, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy shit, bro. It's probably boring for you to play anything other than jazz. Jazz.
Sometimes it can be fun, but sometimes jazz isn't as exciting.
Wow.
Yeah, it comes and goes with everything.
Dude, that is fucking crazy. I can't believe you just whipped that out of your ass. Like you just said that and you just pulled it out from memory, dude. That's incredible.
Thank you.
Shout out Diego for the recommendation there, dude. Dude, hell yeah, man.
Yeah.
I love it. I'm gonna have to come check you out when you're playing with somebody. That would be fun, man.
Yeah.
That would be absolutely fun. Wow, dude. Anything we didn't get to today, as you blessed our eardrums here at the end with the sax?
I don't think we've talked about women's body counts enough.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we should, right? We should have opinions on that.
Yeah.
No, man, I appreciate you being on today. I appreciate
dude,
you
of course.
taking the
Thank you
time.
for having me.
Of course. And dude, you have so much crazy shit going on. If you guys want to check out everything that Adyn has going on, he's linked down below. It should be the first link in the description. Anything going on upcoming that you really want to plug before we wrap?
No, nothing much.
No, just check him out, bro.
just
Look
check
at him.
it-
He's
check
cool
out.
as shit. He's got the
Be
shades
around.
on. He's jazzy. He's got us feeling good. You got me feeling a type of way here in the studio, man. I love it. I love to see everything you got going on, man. It's exciting. It's inspiring. I hope lots of good things happen for you here in the city and elsewhere in the next couple of years. I want to say a quick shout out to everybody that listened to the show live today or watched live, and people that are going to be listening or viewing days after over on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your shows from. Also want to say a quick shout out to our patrons. They should be up on the screen right now. If you guys are interested in getting behind-the-scenes access to extra videos, extra podcasts, as well as a series how I break down how I mix, master, write, record every single one of my songs, go to patreon.com and /Darren Rita. You can help support the channel for as little as $1. Also want to say a quick shout out to Alpine House 2 for sponsoring another episode of the show. It's at Alpine House 2 on Instagram. And Impulse Cameras for sponsoring the show as well. That's at impulse.mke on Instagram to check them out. With all that being said, man, I appreciate you taking the time.
Yeah, of course.
And
I love doing it.
Yeah, dude, we'll have to have. I gotta have like a comic panel one of these times. Now we've had so many Milwaukee comics on. Like we wanted to do like a. I wanted to do. I'll say this. This is you're a music guy who does comedy. Something I wanted to do to combine the two. I wanted to do sort of like a almost Kill Tony-esque rap battle.
Okay.
So instead of like a roast battle, right, a rap battle where these rappers come on and maybe they're not rapping against each other, but I wanted to do like 16 or so of them in a bracket.
Okay.
They do a freestyle, like a minute freestyle.
And it's like whoever did better. Not it's not like roasting the other person.
Yeah,
it's
and then like
whoever can lay it down.
and we would have a panel, right? So it
Yeah.
would be like comics.
Yeah. Oh, comics
And then
on the
myself.
panel.
So the comics, so
Okay.
people that have almost no music, like no
Yeah,
specific
yeah.
music knowledge,
Yeah.
get to just decide.
You'd be like, all right, that was corny.
Yeah, like that shit's whack. You're done.
Yeah.
And then like there'd be some good riffing. It's
Yeah,
something I
yeah.
really want to put together. I have to really figure out a couple of details because we tried to do it a couple years ago,
Okay.
and we had it's mostly the music artists that flake. So like we
Gotcha.
have to get something figured out.
It's a bad look. Come
Yeah,
on.
yeah. We have to get something figured out so we can get them to actually show up. But then it would be a lot of fun to have like a bunch of comics, like kind of roasting and making it fun as we get through the tournament. So
Yeah.
we'll have to do something like that to combine the music and the comedy. Maybe you get the band together and we'll have like you know, like the Tonight Shows and Eric Andre have like their own little live band and stuff, dude.
Dude, I could do that, dude. A lot of my music buddies are really funny. I think they'd love to do it.
That would be fun, man.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna figure something out.
it.
I will
do
try
it.
to figure something out. I have all the equipment to produce it. So, but no, thank you again, man. And thank you to everybody that tuned in live. This has been the 306th episode of the Detox